a message for my people.
Nick Dad, baby. We the new label.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Now this the black sheep sticking it to him. I need a crib like I'm Gatsby.
I need it.
In hand, just understand my
Pockets that deep.
with nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to do. When they can't compete and I got nothing to lose. You see, they told me I'm the one.
Yes. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Veterans Minimum, the #1 sports betting vibe on the internet. I'm your host, Nick Dais. All things me are at Nick Dais 10. All things Veterans Minimum are at Veterans Minimum. The man to my left, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then it's George Carmona, my favorite baldies.
Whoa, how did you forget Brock Bowers, me, Stone Cold?
Listen, if he cashes this 60-1, yes.
He had a crazy week one, man.
Yeah.
Just didn't get in the end zone, saw the medical tent for a second, but hey, walked in there confidently. It was like one of those trips to the medical tent where it's like, hey, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah.
By the way, I kind of miss the days where if it was a legit injury, you got to go all the way to the locker room. You know what I mean? Like, he's left the field meant a lot more than like anything can happen in the blue tent. People take pisses in the blue tent. Like, that happens. So I'm never too worried. Kind of upset that the blue tent exists. But it is what it is. Why is it blue?
I don't know why it's blue. It's a great question.
Like,
Why do
would
you
it-
think? Is there a
Because yellow
Google?
would be yeah. Yellow, I guess, would be like too bright on the sideline. Blue's like cool on the eyes. Is it like something to do with the NFL's color, like being blue? Possibly. Why wouldn't you do red though? Injuries seem more like a red color. I don't know.
Ready for this?
Yes. Is there a reason?
There actually is, yeah. They adopted this practice from college football around 2017 to ensure unbiased medical assessments. And the reason why it's blue, apparently, blue is a calming effect color.
So as your leg is snapped in half and the blue tent comes over you, it's supposed to make you calm.
Yeah. When your Achilles has exploded and you're wondering if your career is over, oh, at least it's a blue tent. Yeah. Great.
Bro, like, there's something to be said about taking care of an injury on the sideline where the fans can still be around you. Like, you're in the environment, like, you know your career's over, but like, it doesn't feel isolated. That blue tent goes over you and you start thinking about every single worst possibility.
I don't know if I've ever asked you this, and if I have, I apologize. But, we have a posting the show on a new channel. Shout out to everyone watching on the You're Welcome Network. Make sure you subscribe, rate, review, follow us everywhere you got to follow us. Link in the description of the bio. Have you ever gotten seriously injured?
Yeah.
What happened?
I tore my ACL.
Bro, me too.
Left ACL.
Left ACL.
I remember this.
Yo,
There
we're
was-
best friends, bro.
The fact that you forgot it, it's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll
I'm a
forgive
piece
you.
of shit. My bad.
Yeah, it was football. It was in one-on-one drills. It was as a linebacker, you do drills with the running backs to like blitzing drills to try to get past the running backs. The running backs are trying to pick up the blitz. Old G Money tried to hit a spin move, bro. Cuzzo, I tried to hit a spin move. By the way, I was a bull rush swim technique or rip technique maybe 90% of the time. So I tried to get sweet with it. It was late in the season. I was feeling good. Planted, snap. My kneecap was like literally on the side of my leg. It was fucked up, Nick.
Yeah, man.
Ended the career.
I was 20. So I got hurt in 2013, November, the week before Thanksgiving. My friends and I will play on this Sunday football league, and it was rough touch. Like, dudes would get popped, 2-hand touch, rough touch, but it was pretty competitive, right? And like first place in some of these tournaments and these leagues were like $8,000, $10,000, and we were in the semis. We were winning, and I ran out. So first down is the 50-yard line, and our team was nasty. And one of the reasons why we were nasty was because
the boy was at QB.
listen, I was QB, but also the real reason, bro, truthfully, you had to kick in this league. So when you would kick, instead of, like a kickoff to start the game,
Yeah.
right? When you kick off and the other team comes on the field, it's second down. So first down is the kickoff, and then you have the 50-yard line is automatic first down. So I used to, I kicked in college for a year. I was a soccer player growing up. No one else could kick. They had like random dudes like toe poking it. Ball was going all over the place. But with me, I was fucking coffin corner style. Like I was nasty with it.
Damn.
So our team was really, really good. On top of me being a sensational rec league quarterback, I run out of bounds. And as I run out of bounds, my knee just buckles. And bro, when I tell you the floodgates of tears, not because of the pain, truthfully, real talk. It wasn't because of the pain. It was because I'm like, as a lifelong sports fan, I would hear how people would describe, I heard it pop, or it was a misstep. And I had never felt this pain before. I never went under the knife, never tore anything, never got hurt at that time. I was like, yeah, I fucked my shit up. And I was just in tears, bro. And I was able to like get up off the field. I limped off, went to the sideline. I was chilling. And, I walked to the car. It was good. I was able to drive.
Torn ACLs are really weird in that, like, once it's over, like after the first hour and a half or so when it happens, like you're fully mobile. And they tell you, they're like, most normal people, NARPs, as it was referenced back then, normal ass regular people, not athletes. Most NARPs never get it fixed. They just live their life with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Like, because you can adapt.
Yeah. And then when I got my surgery, I actually rehabbed before having surgery, and it shaved off a lot of time. And I got a cadaver, which at the time was like relatively new.
You got somebody else's.
I got someone else. Yeah. I got someone else's. It was really early. It was, I think, Adrian.
Did you get to choose?
Nah, that would have been dope. That would have been dope to choose someone. But I think Adrian Peterson, like 2 years before, when he had ACL, it was like the first like major athlete.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, mind you, this was like 13 years ago, 12 years ago. He was like the first one, because in the past they take from your hamstring, they take from your fibula, and then you weaken that other part of the leg. But this one, I got a cadaver, and my main goal was like, I'm 24. I don't want to be, sorry, I was 22. I was like, I don't want to be 35 remembering I had a torn ACL. And now the only time I remember is when I have stories like this. If someone's like, I blew out my knee. I was like, oh, me too, bro. Like it's one of those things. But yeah, long story short, that's why we have a blue tent. It's very calming.
Do you think Adrian Peterson got the cadaver of like a wild animal, like a cheetah?
Bro,
he came back and it was like
the last bionic, man. The last non-quarterback to win MVP off of ACL. Ran for 2,000 yards. Dude, I remember it was the first time I played big money fantasy. It was $300. I had the first pick in the draft. I took Aaron Rodgers the year after he won MVP, because in that league, it was 6 points a throwing touchdown. So like quarterbacks were going fucking high.
Yeah.
And you didn't really have the Lamar Jackson, Josh Allens of the world, Jalen Hurts where it was still pocket quarterbacks ruled. So I take Aaron Rodgers. Then on the comeback, I take Adrian Peterson. I got laughed at because everyone's like, dude, he tore his ACL, 12-man league. And then my wide receiver one was Brandon Marshall. So when I had Brandon Marshall on the team, I was like, I want to thank you as being wide receiver one for the first time that I won big money in fantasy.
That's awesome.
So,
dude.
Yeah. Shout out to all the ACL warriors out there. Hopefully your rehab goes well if you're suffering through that. And now if you have withstood the test of time, you're chilling with the ACLs.
Big scar.
George, real quick, let's handle some business, bro. We are running an NFL contest. It is free. George, don't we love free shit?
We love free shit.
Link in the bio, join it. You don't need to be in from week one. It's a 1 week contest. You're picking every game against the spread. Again, it's free. We're giving out $50 to the winner. It's about $1,000 we're going to give away for free.
Yeah.
So, so make sure you also send us $1 for the Patreon every month.
That would help.
That would help. And we're giving back. So, controversy.
Whoa. What happened week one?
We had not one, not two, but three people finish 12-4 in the pool. So we have a 3-way tie between Adrian, Josh, and Dylan. So what we're going to do now, in the hat, notice how it's a Miami Dolphins hat, because we'll get to that a little bit. And the subliminals and the trollings. It's the only shine that Miami's going to get on this pod. George, pick the winner out of there so we can send them $50.
There's 3 in here so that everybody can see. There's 3. Shaking it up. And it's this one. Put those two down. Actually, screw that one.
Whoa!
You thought that was the winner. We'll reveal that winner maybe later. This is not your winner either.
Wow! What a heel!
The triple move for the winner of week 1. Josh.
Let's go.
Josh is the winner. It is a very... Nick, you couldn't have wrote this any thinner. Nobody could probably see that from this one. It's Josh. It's
there you go.
It's on there. Josh. Josh, congrats. And I believe this one was the one that I dropped first.
So who hates you now forever?
Who hates me now forever?
Yeah.
Adrian.
Wow.
Adrian.
How dare you? The betrayal. The betrayal.
Adrian, if I'm not mistaken, Adrian was so far ahead when we had come in to record on. Damn. So did Adrian not win on Monday Night Football? He must not have. Because he was in first alone.
Yeah.
And there was 2 other people that jumped ahead. That's what you get for believing in the Bears and listening to that guy.
Wow.
All right?
How dare you are on
I'm sorry.
some shit today.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Dude, I'm just fired up. The convention that I'm working at's almost over and I'm hyped. I'm going to be at Ole Miss for college game day this Saturday. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Josh, reach out to us. We're going to send you some money, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, whatever, however you want it. Congratulations. But again, if you weren't in week 1, you could be in week 2. It's a free roll. George and I ended up with the same record, 10-5, picking games against the spread. However, my week 1, I went 1-3-1. The only bet that I hit on was the toxic one, which was Browns +6. And again, the toxic one means we're only betting the dog or passing or not betting it at all. And the toxic one for week 1 was the Bengals -6 and the Browns covered. So we'll get to all the picks a little bit later. George, I want to have a conversation about the comments Ryan Clark made. Are you familiar with what happened?
Yeah, dude. Him and Petey Boy almost went to blows on national television after Schrager's just started at ESPN.
Yeah.
Now, this is like this is like when the new kid comes to school and then the bully, Ryan Clark, bully. He threw him in a trash can a little bit. Metaphorically.
You know what sucks? I've been a big fan of Ryan Clark. He's been I think my favorite athlete turned analyst, reporter, broadcaster is Ryan Clark. And obviously I love different sport, but I love the TNT guys, Shaq, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley, led by Ernie Johnson as the moderator host. I've always been a fan of Ryan Clark. There's a lot to break down in this entire conversation, right? As 2 non-professional athletes, obviously we're going to be talking from a different perspective. I always find it interesting because I've been able to meet a lot of athletes and I've had them on the show. I actually used to do a podcast with Will Blackman. Shouts to Will. He played in the NFL for 14 years, won a Super Bowl with the New York Giants. I've got to talk to him on the record, off the record. He's been on the show. And it was always such a cool dynamic because the show that we used to do, it was called Upsets and Underdogs, and it was like the professional athlete with the professional bettor, sports bettor enthusiasts, and the way we would tackle conversations. Like, I'll never forget one time a coach got fired mid-season, and I was like, dude, do you guys rally behind? He goes, no, we just want to put good shit on tape when our team is 2-10 so that maybe we could either keep our jobs or move on to a different, that's some college shit, high school shit. No professional really cares about that. So it was a cool dynamic. And I explained to him about we call it the sandwich spot, the trap game. If it's Ravens Browns, and then the next week it's Ravens New York Giants, and then the week after that it's Ravens Bengals. That Giants game might be a little bit of how the fuck are the Giants a field goal? They lose by a field goal.
Right,
what I mean? Right. So it was different terms like that. And it was always super respectful. He always appreciated my takes. I obviously always appreciated his takes. And it was never combative. It was never oh, you didn't play, so how could you know? I think that's really corny. There's a couple conversations, bro, that I think when people bring them up, they immediately lose me. If you bring up money, if me and you are arguing and people are like, well, I got more money than you, you lost me. You lost me. It's like on social media, there was a dude who deleted his account, or I think he blocked me and VM. It was over the summer where I said, I'm 100% betting Browns plus 6.5. And he was like, yo, Bengals by -17. And I was like, cool, man. If that's what you think, like, feel free. He goes, bet it. 10K heads up. And I go, no, I'm not going to just bet a random ass dude 10K. Go to the sports book. Do that. Bet it at the sports book. Like, why would I? Oh, yeah, fucking, I don't even remember what his name was. Mike. All right, Mike, I'm going to just randomly bet you 10K. Like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like, does the betting size validate anything? To me, it's like, hey, you have one stance, I have another stance. We always do coffee bets or dinner bets, whatever it is. It's like, you're flexing the money. Like, to me, that shit is corny.
Yeah.
That shit is corny. The other thing that I find really corny is conversations like this. When the pro athlete is like, nah, you can't talk about it because you wasn't a pro. My comeback is, y'all started talking about betting, what, 3 years ago? You guys don't even read the lines properly. You say +7 and -7. Like, no one describes betting like that, but we let y'all rock. We don't come at you and say, you've never done this. You wasn't in the trenches gambling. So you help the pro athlete helps you. When I was watching that football game, it was, I'll never forget, it was the Raiders and the then Redskins, and we got room service, and we're watching the game, and Will called out 3 straight plays, like, yo, handoff left, slant right, QB draw, and I was like, how the fuck? I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. So there's just, those conversations drive me crazy because I just think it's lame, bro.
Yeah.
It's lame. Like, it's what, 1% of 1% become pro athletes, so no one has an opinion. Hot take, maybe. I don't think all former athletes are good on television.
Did you see all the layoffs this just before football season started with all these former athletes that they were trying to fit into shows, and it just so happened to not work out? And it's a tough transition. I don't think that Ryan Clark is my favorite when he's on television. On a podcast, love him. And I feel that way about most athletes because I feel like on television, just like how we would be, by the way, like I know for a fact, right? You drop either one of us into ESPN tomorrow morning to do a spot, we're different people, Nick.
You'd have to be.
We have to be different people.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Play that game. Yeah.
But they are also trying to like fake it, but then the network's like, no. Like, be the athlete. Do your thing. But then they're trying to like conform themselves. Bottom line is, I agree with you. I don't think that Ryan Clark should have said that. I did have to look it up because I felt like the coldest comeback that Peter Schrager could have hit him with was like, have you won an Emmy? Turns out Ryan Clark's won a sports Emmy, but Peter Schrager's won 2. So he could have like, you know, he needs to keep those under the desk and just anytime some athlete tries to come at him. He did warn him though. He's like,
don't belittle me.
Don't belittle me was a good cold one-liner. But then Ryan Clark saying, you know what, we shouldn't do this on TV, and then proceeds to do it. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
This is ESPN's play though. And okay, hear me out. Do you think ESPN is scripting shit and it's similar to WWE fashion? They understand ratings. They understand that they're falling farther and farther behind on the totem pole, and they're going to make it seem like he's the bad guy.
That's a very, very good question. I would say I'm very confident that a lot of times they go into shows and they're like, yo, have this take, say this thing. And like Ryan Clark 2 weeks ago, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning weren't generational talents. Come on, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Drew Brees was 5'11", and he was an incredible quarterback. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, and he won the most Super Bowls ever. And then Peyton Manning was an absolute psychopath and cerebral assassin. Not saying they're generational quarterbacks is really fucking stupid. That's just clickbaity, and it led talk shows for the next 3 days, right? So I'm fully convinced because also like ESPN and just all these shows in general, they've adapted to the hot take culture, the clickbait culture, and it's debate. So my favorite, I mean, I just look at us, for example. How many times did we finish recording and I'm like, yo, I love that me and you disagreed. Because if me and you just came on the show and I was like, I like Atlanta +4 this week. And you're like, yeah, me too. George, who do you like? I like the Browns +12.5. Yeah, man, me too. Now, are there some weeks where we're like, bro, we're on the same fucking picks? That's crazy. Sure, that's going to happen.
Correct.
But over time, if me and you just agreed on everything, like, that's why we tell guests when guests come in and they sit right over there or they sit up here with us. I'm like, yo, feel free to disagree with us, please. Because it's corny. So
and let us have it, you know, like,
and
get in your bag.
I think the one thing that really upset me the most is it's live television when it's on ESPN, right? And you're pretty vulnerable up there, bro. Like, I think there's a jiu-jitsu comparison, right? Or sparring of any kind. If me and you are training partners, you're instilling your trust in me that I'm not going to hurt you. That when you tap, I'm going to let go. I'm not going to snap a ligament. I'm not going to choke you out unconscious. When you go like that, I let you go. There's an honor and a trust between the two competitors. And I feel like it's the same way when you're on TV because everyone has something that could trigger the other person.
Right.
Especially if like you work eventually, like you're working with someone, you're around someone so much, like they open up to you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you don't want to do that on live television where you're saying like, oh yeah, bro, but because that's why, like, you know, your wife left you, and you're like, what the fuck? Where did that come from, bro? We're on live television, you know. Right. That's why I like what Peter Schrager said. How he was like, yo, bro, don't belittle me. I also think that's peak bullying right there. You think he does that to like a Chael Sonnen or a Daniel Cormier? You think he calls him out that way? And I know I'm using like MMA fighters,
right?
And I don't want to come off as a tough guy, but I think like a lot of that is bullying too. Maybe Ryan Clark doesn't see him as a threat, like physically.
For sure.
Because you're not doing that to someone that you know.
Hey, all I know is this. For the right dollar amount, I'll say what's on the script. He's one of the highest paid people at ESPN, a dying company. They're putting a lot of faith behind him. They have to make him interesting.
Yeah.
It's reportedly over $2 million annually, which, you know, in comparison to like what he was making playing sports,
you're never going to make the same bag.
Yeah. But the really, really good TV personalities can get close to that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that he's trying to get on that path. And all I'm saying is, Nick, $2 million a year. You want me to call him a fucking pussy for never playing a sport? I could go way worse, right? Yeah. Like I will end his life on national television
for that check. Yeah, no, I know we're being silly, man, and I don't entirely disagree with you on that. I just think it's corny. Like, you think just because you played, how many coaches never played professionally? So you don't respect your coaches,
right?
Some coaches didn't play professional football, so you don't respect them,
right?
So like, what are we doing, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't tell you how many times, like, if you're a content creator, I hope you hear this and you understand that like all this stuff is opinions. It's really all it is, and you're listening to people's opinions. So when someone tells you like, "Yo, you're gonna do a podcast about fucking hockey," like, who are you to talk hockey, bro? Who are you? Who is, no disrespect, but who's Stephen A? Who's Skip Bayless? These are all guys that went to college. They graduated. They put their times in their field. They worked locally. They worked nationally. And then they become this big name in the industry. And now, like, Stephen A is on the Mount Rushmore of sports media personalities, in my opinion. That's the first face that goes on there. He's been on the show before. And the utmost respect. He's one of the guys that's bringing in fucking wide receiver 2 money on a yearly basis.
Yep.
But it's like, bro, who is anybody? Who gives anyone the right to do anything? Like, if you care about something and you're patient with it, you could have an opinion and build a following. Like, it's like when people are like, oh, you have a podcast? Yeah, bro, I got a podcast, or I'm doing content. Like,
I can't afford the equipment.
Who are you? Yeah, who are you to tell me why I'm doing it? Because you have a podcast and like maybe you want an Emmy or something. It's like, yo, fuck all that, bro. If I listened to all the people that told me that, us two would have never met. I would have never came out here, never would have met Cameron, never would have had this position in the studio, never would have had all this stuff. It's like, bro, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. Imposter syndrome, y'all could have that. I ain't letting that distract me or
Facts.
fucking derail me. So
That's good knowledge.
And also in the bet, like I said, in the betting space, you weren't allowed to bet. So now you're gonna come on TV and tell me what teasers and parlays are. We let you rock. We don't disrespect you.
Right.
So I just think it's a way that everybody could help everybody.
Agreed. And like your sparring analogy was really good. That's live television. You could do sparring, you could do a tennis match. The ball's just it's gotta get across every single time.
Bro, it's legit, man. When you train with someone, especially in combat sports, whether you're boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever it is, I'm trusting you. Like, yo, I tell people when I first roll with them, I'm like, hey man, don't hurt me. I'm not competing. I competed one time. We vlogged it. Shout out to Vlog Boys. Great camera work by the man.
Go check out the vlog.
Go check out the vlog. Like, bro, I got shit to do tomorrow, bro. I'm not trying to win ADCC or Beyond Contender Series. I go with the same people consistently. And when I go with someone randomly, I'm like, hey, man, just don't hurt me. Is it a bitch move? Yeah, it could be. But also for me personally, I'm trying not to get fat. And I got shit to do, bro.
Yeah. We can't
you
be breaking an arm.
You respect people's bodies when you're training with them. And that's how live television is. It's like, yo, bro, I'm trusting you to not say nothing that's going to send me off the rails and embarrass myself on national television. Right. That's why I think Peter Schrager, and I'm a big fan of his too. I think he handled it a great way.
Now, we didn't talk about the take that led to this, which was Peter Schrager was like giving praise to CD Lamb for the game that he had leading up to the 3 big time drops. I did think that that's like it's a wild time to say that statement, given the circumstances that CD Lamb would probably tell you, no, I fucking blew that one, like that's on me, regardless of if I had a good game, So I could see why Ryan Clark was maybe like, bro, that's a you read the box score and didn't see the game,
bro,
type of opinion.
I agree with you. The intention was right. How he went about it was wrong.
So wrong. Yep.
So like, say me and you are talking about a UFC fight, right? And then we come on the show and we're breaking it down. And you're just like, yo, bro, why couldn't he just stand up? If I come on here and I'll be like, yo, George, you've never trained before, bro. You have no idea what you're talking about. It's a dick move to say. How I would say it is like, George, here's why he wasn't able to get up. As someone that trains often and understands the sport, this is why he couldn't get up. Which one is nicer?
Obviously, option B.
The latter, right? That one's more respectful.
Correct.
I'm telling you, yo, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't train, but I'm saying it in a nice way. Right? It's like a compliment sandwich.
Right.
But also to the public, it's like, oh, that's a great way to approach it.
Yeah.
So Ryan Clark could have said some shit like, hey, man, this is why I disagree with you, because from my experience as a player at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, way different. So again, like I always like to say this, people's intentions are pure, but the way they go about things is wrong. And that would be a prime example. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. One more plug before we get into the week 2 preview. Patreon.com/veterans minimum. We are closing in on 500 members, bro.
Whoa.
It's like triple the highest like we've ever had was like in the 180s when the show first started. We're at like 447 paid members. $1. It's cool when a plan comes into fruition, because I was so nervous about doing this, but having a $1 and $5 tier, and basically the things that get posted on the Patreon, it's a lot of the betting picks that George and I make. If y'all just listen to the show, you have them, right? It's just
follow us on the socials.
Yeah, follow us on the socials. It's just sometimes like people get caught up, people get busy, so they're not able to listen to what we were saying. It's $1. We're doing giveaways. We have contests. A lot of the money's going back into the show anyway. Trips we got planned and all that. So patreon.com/veterans minimum for $1. And then there's a $5 tier that gives you access to the Discord. We got a little bit of a community over there. So patreon.com/veterans minimum. George, question from the Discord.
Yes.
For you, let's get your opinion on this.
Ooh, I love fan questions.
This is a good one. You know why it's a good one? Because you're relatively new to sports betting, and I was like, you know, when I turn 37, God willing, it'll be 30 years that I've been entrenched in sports betting. Right? As a 7-year-old, I got the parlay card from my uncle. The rest is history. What's the quickest way to know if a sports bettor is full of shit or knows what they're doing? In your opinion, as someone that's like new to this. This is from Mark in the Discord.
Full of shit or knows what they're doing. I'd say what I've noticed is like you're really full of shit if all you are is an eye test person. Like stats and numbers matter. Some of the best bettors that I've seen in this space don't need to watch games. They follow numbers and trends, and that's why they're uber successful. So one person that we do know from the past that, you know, we ended up figuring out he was full of shit was a solely eye test guy. And I'll say this, if you were an athlete in that sport, I'll let you be an eye test guy all you want, because chances are, since you've had your fucking eyes on it, you know what's going to hit and what's not going to hit. For people like Bill Krakenberger, who I've literally had, he's told me, he's like, no, like, there's something, I put in bets, and I wake up the next morning and I check the box score and I collect. Like, there's not a emotional attachment to the picks. That's my quickest tell to knowing if a sports bettor is like full of shit. What about you?
There's a lot of truth to that. I think you got to bet numbers, not teams, is a rule of thumb I always like to say. Mm-hmm. When we get to the picks, you'll understand that I bet to win money. I'm not going to pick, you know, last week I really liked the Giants plus 6.5. But then you wake up Sunday and the game is 4.5 and you're like, uh-oh. Way too many people were on the New York Giants. The Giants and the Lions were the two most heavily wagered public dogs in week 1. Both lost. Both didn't cover. So you just got to be careful. When it's significant movement in one direction, it's very, very dangerous. That should have been a toxic one.
Right.
Like, no.
Yep.
Right. So, but then again, you know, the counter could be, well, they didn't cover the 6.5 anyway. So it's not like they lost by 6 or they lost by, 4. It's like, no, they didn't cover anyway.
Right.
They got their shit punched in. So that's one thing. The other thing, I really don't like people that sell picks, bro.
Nick, we need to do an episode on this soon enough. Like, we're too entrenched in the space to not give some of our opinions on some of the fucking arrests that have happened, some of the fights that have been scheduled. Like, the sports betting world is kind of turning into WWE of its own.
It's very scary because they prey on the weak.
Yeah.
And they prey on the people that are not familiar with it. They're scamming people. There's been a bunch of people in the headlines. If you follow me on social media, you know exactly who I'm talking about. There's been people that have come on the show that you'll never see them come on the show again, because at the time I didn't know that they were like that and they were frauds and they were scamming people. And I believe that you should protect your platform, and the people that you put on your platform says a lot about you. We bring on people that we respect what they do. And then eventually if shit comes out on them that we didn't know about, it is what it is, right? No pun intended on the show that I produce. But there's nothing, me personally, we didn't know, right? And again, you won't see, you can look it up or you can hit us up in private and we'll tell you who. But there's been people that I've had on the show or we've interacted with that it turns out after they come on the show, I've had people from different parts of my life be like, yo, bro, do you know what he's done? I'm like, nah. It's like a friend in Miami, a friend in California, a friend in New York. It's not like it's one town and they're trying to collude on the person. It's like, all right, bro, this is mad people.
Right.
And what happens is they flaunt all this jewelry, all these cars, all this money. and then they tell you that they're 11-0 on their last 11 picks, or like biggest red flag in sports betting, they've never had a bad week.
Come on, bro.
When you've never had a bad week, immediately I'm like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. And then also the other thing that you'll see on social media, people will post, like if you open up any sports betting app, like right now, right? I can open up a sports betting app, and I'm just going to show George. But if you guys go to any sports betting app, I could go in here. I could pick a random game. I could pick the Packers game, right? And I could literally put that I'm going to bet $100,000 on this game. And I'll take a screenshot, right? And George, it says $100,000 to win $52,000, right? You see that there? I know this is terrible visuals.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a screenshot and I'm going to post this on this clip. This isn't a legit bet. I could put that. I don't have $100,000 on my account, but people will take pictures like this and then post it after the fact and be like, look at that. Yeah. You should have paid the subscription. And you're like, yo, bro, that's not a real bet. On Monday night, I had 115 to win 100 on the Bears plus 2.5. And I got a great number because it closed at +1. I was like, oh shit. Poppy got a good number. Didn't matter. But it's confirmed bets.
Yeah.
Show me confirmed bets. Show me that you lost $50K on a real bet. I respect you more from that than showing me this or posting that fuckery.
Yeah.
It's just not cool, man, because a lot of people don't know. That's why, like, you know, I've never wanted to sell picks. The Patreon is bigger than just picks. It's also $1. And even before then, it was like gave away helmets, Super Bowl helmets, Maurice Claret autograph helmets. Like, we give away shit. We're building a community. We're building a show. And like, my goal was to never sell picks. My goal is like, I want to do a show 5 days a week live on a network. And we just have people that we fuck with come on the show. And we have a hockey guy, we have a basketball guy, a baseball guy. And we have our version of like a Pat McAfee. I get inspiration from that. That's what I want. So like selling picks, like to me, like that's corny. I don't agree with it. And some of the numbers that people pay for these picks, it's scary shit, man. It's scary because like, yo, bro, if you give me $1,000 for me to give you my week 2 NFL bundle, and it goes fucking 1-7, you feel a type of way.
Yeah. I've never understood like how you can go through with what would you consider to be an egregious amount? Like to me, it's like if I'm paying over $50 for maybe like, they won't even give you like their full slate, right? They'll just give you 2 to 3 games that they like, right?
Yeah.
I'm not paying $50 for that because at a certain point in time, like your bankroll has to keep up with the amount that you're paying for the picks in the first place. Also,
the other thing that they'll do, and I've had this happen, I've had people reach out to me about it. Like they'll charge for picks and they'll just bet both sides. So they'll give half of their, say they have 100 people that subscribe to their picks. 50 of them will get Packers -3.5. 50 of them will get Commanders +3.5. And I've had it happen, man. Not to me, but I've had people that I know it's happened to where like they'll get blocked by that person and be like, yo, bro, why are you posting about the Commanders? You gave me Packers -3.5. So they're sharing, you know, and
most
it's just
people,
again, you're taking advantage of people that are just not known to the topic. They're new to the topic because sports betting, bro, is still like, to use jiu-jitsu, it just got its blue belt because there's still states that don't allow it. Big states, California, Florida got one legal sports book. It's like when these big states come in, oh, bro, then you're getting like a purple brown belt.
Yeah.
So it's still young and people are seeing all this money being flaunted. And it's like the same shit with the courses, bro. People paying courses for you to like learn how to talk to girls or dating. I hate the term high value. I wish I could like just slap people with the left. The term high value, masculinity, femininity, like feminism, all that shit. Like all those fucking coaches, life coaches and all that. It's like, oh my God, bro, get away. Shoo. That's how I feel about the sports betting space. It's the same way. That's why with us, I only fuck with a handful of people. The SGPN guys, shouts to Ryan and Sean and everyone involved. CJ, all their picks are free. Matty Betts and Homofight. Hey Jive, you know, Parlay MMA, Nolan, like those guys, all their shit is free. They have a subscription that you could pay for, but it's like a bigger thing. They do merch, they do a bunch of shit. Like these other sports betting people, they just take your money and then they bet with that money, and then like it's just you're supporting a lifestyle that they're not about. So I feel really passionate about it. And that's why for us, like all our shit is essentially free. Again, $1 it's free in comparison. And we're building something bigger and broader. That's my TED Talk on the sports betting. Great question from you, Mark.
No, it's good. It really is a good point, because I was like, what if we sold a course? Like, what if we sold a sports betting course? We don't sell picks. We sell this is what you would do. And if we do that, then yes, unsubscribe from us.
Bro, I've had now especially being attached to the Cameron brand and everything that I'm doing there with like It Is What It Is and with this YouTube channel and Talkfully, I've had companies tell me to put a course together. I'm like, I'm not doing that. First of all, I got way too much going on, number one. Number two, bro, just follow the content. Follow the show.
Bro, who really is buying these courses, bro? You're telling me you're not going to watch what's new on Netflix or new on Hulu or the games that are on now that it's football season, and instead you're going to sit at your computer and watch a fucking Vimeo of a guy in a whiteboard?
It's preying on the weak and the insecure, bro, and it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. You get that one kid that's 22 years old and he's lost, fresh out of college. Maybe has no friends, has no one to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Get it together. All right, let's do something.
For $2,000.
But now
I will make you a man.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. I'm so happy the way I was raised, man. I'm so happy the way I was raised. From my parents talking shit to me, my friends growing up and be like, yo, you're a fat fuck. I didn't sulk, I didn't cry. Got in the gym, got in shape.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, like, yo, if I really like you and I love you, I'm going to make fun of you. When I stop making fun of you, you lost me.
It's a problem.
You lost me. So, yeah. Great question, Mark. Keep the questions coming in. Shout outs to all the members of the Patreon, over 400 members. And shout out to all of you watching, listening, subscribing, the whole nine. All right, George, week 2, bro. Week 2, we're here. Week 2. I have a question for you. Let's start the conversation like this.
Okay.
A Super Bowl contender coming into the year is going to be 0-2 after this week. Houston, Kansas City, Lions, or the Ravens? Who do you think is going to be 0-2 after this week?
I would say the Chiefs. And I'm scared about it too, man. There's a lot of stats that we'll bring up for this game that will show. Andy Reid off a loss. He's very, very positive. The Chiefs at home, they're rarely underdogs to anybody that's not the Bills. So, like, there's a lot of first in this matchup. The Chiefs definitely weren't as impressive as I thought they would be. Losing Worthy early in that game one was like, that sucked. But they're the team that worries me the most out of it. I feel like we're forcing Houston in there. Like, I feel after what we saw from Houston against the Rams this past week, we're not fully buying into them being a legit Super Bowl contender. They're a fringe contender. But, yeah, I would say the Chiefs. What about you?
Fuck, bro. I mean, if you just look at the matchups, right? Houston plays Monday night. They play Tampa Bay at home. Kansas City, home opener. They play the defending Super Bowl champions. Baltimore is at home playing Cleveland. And then the Lions are playing Chicago at home. All 4 teams are at home. So it's the home opener, excitement, all that. If you're just looking at the matchup and the opponent, that's the obvious pick, right? Philly beat the piss out of them in the Super Bowl. Last time they played in Kansas City, I believe it was a primetime game. The Eagles won, and Sirianni was walking off the field like cursing, like, "What now, motherfucker? What now?" Like talking all this shit to the Chiefs fans. So that's like the obvious one, right? I think it's the Lions, bro.
Wow.
Listen, man, I think Detroit is in trouble. And it's not that I'm high on the Bears, though I do like the Bears in this spot. We'll get to that in a little bit. there's just a lot of things with Detroit I was very skeptical about coming into the year, and we talked about it on the Monday show. If you guys haven't checked that out, go and check it out. The concerns you had for 9 months coming into week 1, that's why it's such a hot take, fucking burn the boats and all this, like fucking run, save yourself. Because for 9 months we were talking about football, and then you see it. Their offensive line, 2 new starters that have to replace really good pieces from their team from last year that either retired or left in free agency. 2 new coordinators. Jared Goff, 0-19-1 without Ben Johnson and Sean McVay. He's basically Brandon Weeden. And then he's an MVP candidate when he has these guys. So I think the concerns are that they just looked really bad week 1. I think outside of the Giants, and like Miami, who's a fucking dumpster fire, that might have been the worst performance in week 1, bro. And granted, Green Bay, like 10 weeks from now, could be like 9-2, and we're like, all right, they
were legit, right?
We think they're legit, but it just looked like they didn't belong on the field with the Packers. So for me, I think the team that's going to be 0-2 is Detroit.
Yeah, this is, to me, I feel a huge Ben Johnson revenge game. Like, I feel he's going to get all the boos. Very rarely do you see a coach come into his former team and receive the amount of boos that he's going to receive. But it's not like he won a Super Bowl with Detroit. Your offense was exciting for 2 regular seasons in a row, and you left us. Fuck you, you know? Because they see what happened with the Chiefs and the way that they just can click the re-up button even after winning titles. And that's what the Lions thought that they were going to get. They had built their identity around with this guy. So for me, strictly coaching revenge-wise, I think you're going to see Ben Johnson like get in his bag for this one. There's going to be a lot of razzle-dazzle. There's going to be a lot of Lions fans going, damn, this dude knows how to draw up the X's and O's. So it's going to be a very, very fun game to watch.
Can I just piggyback off the revenge narrative?
Yes.
Bro, there's a lot of revenge this
so
weekend.
Much revenge.
This weekend, too. Check this out, right? You got Chiefs-Eagles. You got Ben Johnson versus the Lions. You got Joe Flacco back in Baltimore.
Yep.
You got McCarthy and Penix national championship game from a couple of years ago. And then DK Metcalf goes up against the Seahawks.
Ah, yeah.
A lot of revenge. I'm for it. And then week 2, right? Something to keep an eye on. Public betting last week, pretty rough, man. According to Bet Labs, the worst single NFL week since week 5 of 2025 against the spread. The public went 3-13 against the spread. 5 teams close as favorites, going 0-5 against the number. There might be some regression. Remember, there's one thing that we've done well in the past. It's like when you have, even last week, all but 4 games went under.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe this is a high scoring week. There's going to be a week either this week or next week. And this isn't a hedge. I'm giving you 2 choices. You're going to get like a 12-3 to the over because teams are going to be in rhythm.
Yeah.
For real. A lot of people, like, they didn't play in the preseason. So now you had week 1, you have week 2, then week 3. All right, everything is clicking.
Yep.
So maybe next week we do some overs.
Well, I was going to hit you with the stat that all based on the amount of unders that happened this past week and week 2s that are similar to that, the under goes 17, 29, and 2, meaning that a majority of these games this week will be going over, but that does not mean that you should be betting the over late, because I was looking at the lines and they're already, like, it's crazy the way the books have to interpret this data as well. Like, they can see from their past results, like, shit, this is a solid trend that we have to pay attention to. So yeah, I'm still going to take, I have no overs or unders in my bets for this weekend though. I took one week 1 with the Saints. It was money. I'm going to do that year round. By the way, year round. That's like a George side trust me bet. Saints under. It can't get any lower. I'll get worried when the total's at 32. But yeah, that's where do you want to start for week 2 though?
Yeah, week 2 picks, man. Week 2 picks. I'm gonna go ahead and start with. Let's get on the board with my trust me.
Okay.
All right, trust me, fucking Bears. We should have had it 17-6 and we had the ball. But we'll bounce back with this one. Trust me for me. Cincinnati -3. So halfway through that would be the 10 a.m. games on Sunday. Do you know what this line was? Bengals Jaguars, Bengals home opener. Do you know what the line was halfway?
Halfway through the game?
Yeah.
Like during the delay?
Yeah, when the game got delayed for the Jaguars.
For this game versus the Bengals this week.
Yeah, because for those that don't know in the betting space, you can actually go and bet like week 13 right now. They're called advanced lines. A lot of sports books offer them. And that's a good metric to see like how much things have changed. Mm-hmm. One thing I like to do is I didn't do this year. I fucked up. I forgot. But you can still have access to it. That's why sometimes we'll be like, oh, this opened at +6. Now it's +4. So it's a good metric to see what's the overreaction, how much things have changed, because obviously teams change week to week, and
right.
then, a team
which
in week
players
3
affect the numbers, right?
Who's out, who's in. So what was the line on this game?
Dude, I'll say Jaguars +2.5.
So the Jaguars were 6.5 point underdogs.
Wow.
And now it's -3. Clearing out the account on the Bengals. Here's why. Ready?
Okay.
A lot of people were open for the Panthers, bro. And the Jaguars defense, they got, Hines Allen, right? Walker, played Travis Hunter, didn't play as many snaps on defense as he did on offense. They ain't the Browns, bro. The Browns defense is legit. And that's why I think the Bengals struggled, because the Bengals struggled. Great girl. The Bengals struggled because the Browns have one of the best defenses in the league.
Right.
It's in division. Bengals historically just, Joe Burrow now is 1-10 against the spread in the first 2 weeks in his career. The Jaguars defense is not as good as the Browns defense. And I think a lot of guys were open. The Bengals offense looked like shit. They stole one. If you're a Bengals fan, you're like, yo, we stole one over there. And I think the Bengals put a whooping on the Jaguars. And it's my trust me for week 2. Bengals -3. Some 3.5s out there, some 3. I think they win by double digits. If you want to get cute in your eliminator pool picks, I got all 4 of mine on to next week. You could take the Bengals, or you could save them for later. Maybe you save them for when the Browns come into Cincinnati, right? You could do that too. But I'm a survive in advance kind of guy. My trust me for week 2 is Bengals -3.
What is going to scare you the most out of this entire situation? If Joe Burrow throws an interception first, or if Trevor Lawrence looks like how we've always expected him to look in the first half? Like, what would scare you more out of those two?
I think Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence. Because, Burrow, their offense is so high-powered. I think the secondary for the Browns is way better than what they're going to face now with the Jaguars. Correct. So I think this is a big T. Higgins game. I think this is a Burrow's back, 4 touchdowns, 376 yards. 2 to Chase, 1 to Higgins, and then fucking what's the dude's name? Iosova? Yoshivas. Yeah. He scores a touchdown.
How is his last name Yoshivas? There's no Y.
There's no Y, yeah.
Yoshivas.
I mean, bro, words don't make any sense. Why is knife spelled with a K?
It's true. It's
A knife? No.
it's messed up. Yeah, I mean,
It's messed up.
that's the English
messed up.
language. I
That's
get
the
you.
English
Okay,
language.
you hit me with your trust me. I'll follow suit. I'll go trust me
let's
as
go.
well.
Let's do it.
Trust me, for me, and I know this is going to contradict what I had said based on the first thing that you brought up for week 2. Chiefs, underdogs at home. I told myself that even after I overreacted for the Super Bowl this past year, where I was like, y'all must have forgot Patrick Mahomes is him. No way he's going to lose a Super Bowl. Then the Super Bowl happens. He gets his ass whooped. Whatever, right? I came back the following week and I was like, Nick, don't you let me forget that he's still him. And this is a regular season game. Oh, boys, the Chiefs kingdom going to be fired up. I like getting a point here. And I feel like by kickoff, this is a pick'em. So if you play your cards right, you know, either way, a point or not, I got to rock with the Chiefs here. Let me pull up some fun stats for you, okay, for the Chiefs. In Patrick Mahomes' 68 career home starts, he has closed as an underdog just once back in 2022 against the Bills. Casey were 2.5-point underdogs in Buffalo during the regular season and lost 24-20. In fact, he only closed -1.5 or shorter 3 times at home, and all 3 of the games came against the Bills. So this is setting up for Patrick Mahomes as a dog, graphics all weekend long. I like it. I do think this is going to be a shootout. If we do a snake draft, can I tie in my my next bet here?
Yeah, let's do it.
My next bet, or at least this is going to be one that's on the anytime touchdown card. Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown stepped up in a big way after Worthy went out. Reports have it that Worthy's going to be back this week. I think that a lot of the attention is going to be on him, but Pat and him have developed that rhythm. So I like Hollywood Brown. He's currently at +170 anytime touchdown. I'll toss that one in there. Hopefully it's a game winner.
And what is that for? Or is that just...
That's just an anytime touchdown parlay. I'm just building it. It made sense as it, came along. Okay.
I like it.
So I guess I didn't snake it, so I can pick another one of our main ones.
Give me one of the main ones.
Okay. Ursulita. This was also a Monday winner. The Browns +11.5.
Ooh, okay, because this is a head-to-head for us, bro.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my Ursulita is Ravens -11.5. And the reason why I say Ursulita is because it's a big number in the division. And this is deja vu. Last year, the Ravens were 10.5-point favorites at home against the Raiders. They blew a fourth quarter lead, lost in overtime, and then it knocked out everyone in the eliminator pools. And I'm pretty sure I had picked the Ravens last year as one of our picks as well. So we're head to head. Give me your reasoning as to why you're on the Browns. And yes, we're going to wager a dinner on this one.
It's just the stats behind double-digit favorites in division. Okay? All the stats are showing that double-digit favorites, these teams are coming in 8-12 against the spread. Their favorites of over 11 points or more, which the Ravens would fall into in this category, are 5-3 against the spread. Okay? I'm playing the number here. This is strictly a number play. Am I impressed with the Browns? Fuck no. Okay? I don't think anybody could be. However, it's early in the season. I think that the Bills, if they did anything, highlighted the weak spots of the Ravens. So that's great film to be watching going into a week against a divisional rival that you already know well. Backdoor cover. It's a backdoor cover. 2 minutes left. Dare I say, Schrager's in. And we get a backdoor cover.
Wow.
Bold predictions. And I'm wearing fucking brownie orange right now.
Wow.
So my Ursulita, not for the big number factor, solely because the Browns are that bad. I think the defense is solid, right? If we think that the Bengals are a legitimate Super Bowl contender to be held to 17 points, I like that. And this is what Kevin Stefanski has done with the Browns for the past 4 years. This is why Kevin Stefanski has won 2 Coach of the Year awards. It's because the defense plays tough. And as long as you got Myles Garrett back there, bro, I mean, that's gives me some hope. They paid somebody.
Yeah. All right. Watch, ladies and gentlemen, how you convinced your friend that he's wrong. You ready? You ready for this? Oh, he got the ears covered. How dare you? How dare you?
I don't want to hear it, Nick.
All right. Ready for this?
I don't want to fucking hear it.
Ready for this? Okay. Lamar Jackson has closed as a double-digit favorite 16 times in his career. His teams are 15-1 straight up, 10-6 against the spread. However,
about to be 10-7.
Lamar Jackson as a favorite facing the AFC North, 4-1 against the spread, covering by 12 points. Covers by 12 in this one. We get that cover. That hook don't save you. The hook don't save you there. And then this is another one too. On a like X's and O's standpoint, Baltimore is gonna be pissed. They had no business losing that game on Sunday. Derrick Henry is going to continue to just go absolutely fucking apeshit on everyone. And Lamar Jackson, after an outright loss, as a double-digit favorite, has won by 21, 24, and 14 the next week. So when he loses, and then he's a big favorite the next week, they cover, and they cover comfortably. I know it's in division, but I think the Browns are the type of team that if they fall down 10 or 14, it's floodgates. It's Kyle Hamilton pick sixes, which would be nice for 50-1 defensive player of the year. I just think this is a spot that Baltimore puts up like a 30 piece. It's like a 30-14, 30-13 game. Did I swing you a little bit?
Not only did you swing me, Nick, you had me thinking over here. It's just like, am I going to be a fucking pussy and agree with this dude? Or am I going to fucking stand on business? Because on Monday's show, I said, anybody in the AFC North, you give me over 4.5 points for the dog, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And I'm not backing down. 11.5, it's a lot of points.
It is.
I'm telling you now it's going to be a backdoor cover. I cannot wait to be texting you and just be like, backdoor cover inbound. The Browns have the ball, 2.5 minutes left. They're down by 16.
Yeah.
I just see it. I can envision it already. I mean, dare I say, what if the Browns pull off hypothetical situation, right? We didn't talk about the Ravens dropping down to 0-2. The Ravens dropped to 0-2, losing to the Browns. Panic button?
Yeah, you should definitely panic. You should definitely panic for sure. You know, if they go to 0-2, I think you got to have a conversation about Harbaugh. This happens a lot. He loses a lot of double-digit leads. And, you know, a couple of years ago, Miami came back. They put up 27, 28 points in the fourth quarter when they first got Tyreek Hill. So there's something about that, man. It's a very dangerous game to play. But I think they bounce back. It's Ursulita. This was a borderline. It almost made the trust me.
Wow.
But I kind of put on 2 condoms on this one, and I was like, let me go trust me with the -3, and let's put this for Ursulita. All right. Can I give you my in this economy?
Yeah.
All right, man, listen. The Dallas Cowboys probably win by 17 or more points this week.
Wow.
They play the New York Giants. They have extra time to prepare for this. The line is 5.5, 6. I think this is an awful matchup for the New York Giants, especially the Cowboys offense. I think CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to bet his over on his yardage. I'm going to bet him to score a touchdown. Hell, I'm going to bet him at plus 800 to score 2 touchdowns. You know, CeeDee Lamb, I believe, is a top 5 wide receiver in the league. Closer to 5 than to 1. Actually, I might put him 3 or 4. Yeah, to me, it's Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and then 4 or 5, I would need to think about it. I'll come back to you on that as I try to remember some names. But I think CeeDee Lamb goes crazy. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott, when he's the starting quarterback, they beat up on bad teams. Didn't we do this a couple of years ago? We're like, hey, man, they play the Titans. Are the Titans a good team? No. They're going to cover the 9.5. And they did. right? This is what Dak Prescott does. He owns the New York Giants in his career, both straight up and against the number. And I just think that the Cowboys have beaten the Giants 8 straight times. The Cowboys are 15-1 against the Giants. And the only time that Dak Prescott and the Cowboys have lost to the New York Giants since he became the quarterback was his rookie year twice. And then one other time when, guess what? Andy Dalton was the quarterback for them. So Dak Prescott has won, I believe, 12 straight games against the New York Giants. 13. He's won 13 straight starts against them. And look, he's amazing when he plays the NFC East. He's 30-12. And we said this on the preview show, bro. He's a punching bag, and the Cowboys are a punching bag for his postseason stuff in January. But this guy, he's 76-46 as a starter. Like, what more do you want? You want, in the regular season, what more do you want, right? I thought he was MVP 2 years ago. Really did.
Bro, he finished second.
Finished second in MVP, right? And he had better numbers than Lamar. But for me, until the only thing that could fuck this up, if they throw in a Winston or a Dart at halftime, when Russ is like 11 of 26. No, he won't throw that much. Let's go like 7-21, 73 yards and an interception. And you're like, let's bring in a spark.
Yeah.
That's the only way. But I think in this economy, the Cowboys being less than 6, you have to play this. Especially the Cowboys are just such a juggernaut at home. Throwaway last year. Right, the 3 years prior, they went 12-5 in 3 consecutive seasons, and they had one of the best records. It was them and Buffalo had the best records at home, and they beat the shit out of bad teams, and that's what the New York Giants are right now. They are a bad team until you add a spark. Bro, you know what? You don't want to play Dart? Fine, don't play Dart. Give me Winston. At least Winston is gonna
the attitude I like.
He's gonna sling, bro. Give me Winston. He's gonna throw that shit into triple coverage. He's gonna try to make a play. Give me that. But you can't play Russ. Give me Winston. You want to wait on Dart? Cool. You don't want to bury him behind that offensive line? Not a problem. I'm cool with it. I come around on it.
Right.
You don't want to play Dart? Fine. Give me Winston. Don't give me Russ. I like the Cowboys -5.5.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson gives me the type of vibe that he's going to quit mid-season, maybe retire mid-season. Would I be crazy in saying that? I don't think so. I think he's kind of tired of the carousel, and the fact that his coach has to come out and defend him after week 1, the writing's on the wall, bro. You're gonna be holding a clipboard soon enough. So I'm predicting here early on, if you could find the odds, Russell Wilson mid-season retirement, 35-1. I'd put money on it. I would put money on that. I don't think it's going to be an Antonio Brown peace sign. Take the
shirt off, take the jersey off.
It will be one of the most watched post-game press conferences ever, because I feel like he's going to just unleash. That's your in this economy?
Yeah. Do I go again or do you go?
You're not giving the people plus money for in this economy? I guess it is free money.
You know what? Since you just tested my gangster, let me do this.
Okay.
Let me go with Becky Cowboys -5.5. Since you want to be an asshole and you want to test me in this economy, give me CeeDee Lamb 2 touchdowns +800.
I like 2.
Is that good?
I like 2 touchdowns. I like.
He just wants to ruin my record. But if this hits.
Nick, I love +2 touchdowns this week, and we'll get to the anytime touchdown parlay at the end, because I'm about to make you guys.
We're going raw like Monday nights, baby.
Rich.
Raw like Monday nights. 2 touchdowns in this economy, CeeDee Lamb. How's that?
I like that.
Now we're talking.
And you put Becky for the Cowboys, so you're kicking ass right now. How can your in this economy not be the Colts money line? Wow. Against the Broncos.
The betrayal of the Bo Nix bandwagon from you.
Hey, listen, I know that Bo Nix is good. Talk about a potential Super Bowl contending team. If we tossed the Texans in there earlier, fucking put the Broncos in there with the way that everybody was talking about them in the offseason. If they go down early and the Colts look like how they did against the Dolphins, and this is like the rejuvenated Daniel Jones, this Colts team is for real, and nobody's putting respect on their name, so I will continue to put some respect on it. This is the team led by the man above, the roof will be open again for Mr. Irsay to see his Colts win. And the fact that we're getting them as a dog at home, I mean, I fuck with the dogs at home this week. Chiefs, Colts money line plus 105. Do you think, what week does Daniel Jones begin the fuckery that everybody's going to say, oh, this is the Daniel Jones back in New York? How many weeks do you think I get of like free from Daniel Jones slander?
Man, you know what? I don't think you're going to get that, bro. I think the media in Indianapolis, no disrespect, is not New York. I think if he has a bad game, he won't get ripped apart. They're not going to be on prime time anytime soon. It's not a marquee team.
Mm-hmm.
They got some pieces like we talked about. They got some pieces. It's, he had a clean pocket. He probably was dropping back last week like, what the fuck is happening? Holy shit. Oh, Pittman, what's up? Touchdown.
Yep.
Tyler Warren, Alec Pierce. He's like,
we're on the goal line?
Yeah.
Get in there for 2 rushing tutties.
Vanilla Vic.
Come on now.
2 rushing tutties. So I don't think you're going to see that, bro. I'm not saying they're going to.
For sure.
They're going to run wild. But I think you got to factor in, man, the New York media, they gave Russ 3 drives. Get the fuck out. So, I really don't think you're going to see that.
Okay.
I'm in on the Colts.
All right. I like it. You gave me your Becky too, so I'm going to hit you with my Becky. This is the best bet on the board. Nick, it was also a Monday winner, and this line went reverse the way that I thought it would go. 49ers -3 at New Orleans. This line opened up at 49ers -4.5. Did Drew Brees come out of retirement, or what am I missing here?
What you're missing is Brock Purdy is on the injury report with a shoulder and a toe. Mac Jones is the backup. And there's a possibility that it might be Mac Jones. Now, if it's Mac Jones, as a road favorite, who the Saints didn't look too bad, bro. They didn't look too bad.
I get you.
Everything but the quarterback is not bad. That's why people were fantasizing about maybe a Rodgers going to New Orleans.
I tried to speak it into fruition.
So I would just be careful. Because it seems like a long shot. I think we're going to get Mac Jones in that spot there. So just be careful with that.
Fair enough.
Are you standing with it?
I'm standing with it. I do have my other bet to toss into this.
Okay, good.
This is a Christian McCaffrey 2 touchdown game.
Yo.
This is a C-Mac.
Y'all must have forgot.
Y'all must have forgot. This Purdy situation actually makes me feel even better.
Wow. I really like that one, bro.
This is the week of 2 touchdowns. I think that there's star players that didn't get as much love or got the appropriate amount of love week 1. And yeah, situations are situational. I think although the Saints have a decent front 7, C-Mac's going to go ape shit on these guys. I'm so anti-Saints. You're so anti-Giants. I don't understand why we're not going to week 5 in New Orleans to watch the Toilet Bowl.
Because we're going to Ohio, bro.
I know. Let's change plans. Let's go watch the Toilet Bowl.
Bro, I wouldn't go watch that. I wouldn't go to that game if they let me do the coin toss.
Holy shit.
For what we have playing for Ohio.
That is true.
It's shout out to Maurice Claret. He's rolling out the platinum carpet, not even the red carpet. So, yeah, I'm going to say no. Yo, can I entice you into something?
Okay.
You're going to love this.
All right.
How about we do this for our anytime touchdown parlay for this week? CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns.
I have one more on my card that.
No, but let's not get too crazy. Let's not your favorite is the 2 touchdowns. My favorite is CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns.
It's got to be
55-1, bro. Come on, George.
Book it.
Come on.
Book
Come on,
it.
brother.
Book it. I like it. Can I tell you the person that I feel is that this one and
look, I'll give you some consensus. Consensus is 40-1, right? For the graphic, we'll go 40-1. As high as 55-1, but we'll go 40-1. 40-1 anytime touchdown. We're going with CeeDee Lamb to score twice and Christian McCaffrey to score twice. That's it. Let's not get. Listen, we want them to score twice. That's a lot.
Yes,
right? It's a lot. We throw another one in. You know, you're paying the mortgage if you throw another one in there. But let's put on 2 condoms.
I know that's why I want to say
this is 2
mine.
condoms.
I want to say mine.
This is 2 condoms. But all right, but who would be your other? Who would be your other? Because I still got to give a toxic one. Right. So what would be your other?
It's a quarterback. Justin Fields. Did Lamar and Derrick Henry not run rampant on the Bills defense? I think they have one of the worst rushing defenses. Even watching back the film, like obviously the Ravens are good at running the ball. Like I'm not trying to deny that. But I'm just saying that there was multiple times where some of these long runs that Derrick Henry had, I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys had this dude bottled up. Like, we're not making tackles. I think that the Steelers have a really good run defense, and Justin Fields went crazy against them. I think this is the Justin Fields show. And it's like the first time, really, like not even when the Jets had Rodgers, where the Bills like kind of unsure of what Jets team they're going to play. It's divisional matchup. I like it. I can see a scrambling one, and then I could definitely see off a read option, long run. Justin Fields, 2 touchdowns. That probably will be their only 2 touchdowns of the game. More than likely.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. Let me give you my toxic one, and then we'll do anytime parlays to wrap the show.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. My toxic one. Be careful of the team that came out of nowhere in week 1, won a game they had no business winning, and now they are favorites again. Back-to-back primetime games, they're favorites. My Monday winner was Atlanta. My toxic one is Vikings. Toxic one in the sense. High five? Is that what we're doing?
There we go. But we're on the same fucking page for toxic.
So here's the thing, right?
Same page.
Right now, it's the most heavily wagered team on the board from a percentage of tickets, right? So public betting. 82% of the tickets are coming in on the Minnesota Vikings. The line is at 4.5, 5 in many, many places. McCarthy, he's now the best quarterback from the class. What if he played last year? Just be very careful. I would just be very, very careful. It's dog or pass for me. And in an eliminator contest, again, I'd be very careful taking Minnesota. It's back-to-back primetime games. Is McCarthy more first half McCarthy, or is he more second half McCarthy? And how much of that was just like Caleb Williams missing people wide open in that second half also?
A lot of penalties helped move the ball down the field when the Vikings had it.
Yeah.
Okay? It wasn't like McCarthy was lighting it up. He had a couple of throws, but the most important plays of the games were penalties.
Yeah.
So that's why I agree with you, man.
So for me, I would just stay away from that.
Far away.
Very far away. The Atlanta Falcons, I think, left a lot of points on the board too. So that's my toxic one. So just to recap for me, Ravens, Ursulita, minus 11.5. In this economy, CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns, plus 800. Becky, Cowboys, minus 5.5. Toxic one, Vikings, minus 4.5. And be careful in the eliminator contest. I'm doing eliminator this week. I'm taking the Ravens, 2 condoms. And if I want to like really gamble a little bit, I'll take Cincinnati.
Wow.
I think it's a blowout there, yeah. And also the Cowboys, I think, is an auto play. Like Cowboys and Baltimore, and I'd be careful with Arizona. We didn't touch on that, but Arizona's playing the Panthers at home. I just don't trust Kyler Murray. The Saints should have covered last week. I don't trust Kyler Murray as a big favorite. I'm just very skeptical. And then, trust me, is Bengals minus 3. I'm going to give you 2 parlays.
Okay.
All right? Plus 800 parlay, same game parlay. Cowboys minus 5.5. CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown. CeeDee Lamb over 100 yards. That's plus 800. And then an anytime touchdown parlay, Barkley, Lamb, Chase, and James Conner, 13-1.
Wow.
Give me your picks.
I'll run through it. Ursulita, Browns, plus 11.5. In this economy, Colts money line at home. Becky, 49ers, -3. Toxic one, stay away from the Vikings, -3.5. Don't bet it. Trust me, Chiefs, +1. I like the home dogs this week. My anytime touchdown parlay includes Christian McCaffrey, 2 rushing touchdowns. Justin Fields, 2 touchdowns. Hollywood Brown, +170. Mike Evans, +150. All the eyeballs will be on Abuka this week after his 2 touchdown performance. Big Mike gets in the end zone this week. That parlay, 525-1. $10 to win you 5 G's this weekend.
Wow.
Do we need some magic? Yes. Did I call Taysom Hill to score 3 touchdowns last year, and that episode was never recorded because we didn't have the dream team and the control room? Instead, we had Isaiah picking his nose.
Oh my God! The
3 touchdowns. I predicted Taysom Hill. It hits, and but did it this week? It hits, and I am a legend.
God Almighty, bro!
Right?
Ever since then, we now record on like 9 different devices and places. We have backups on back. It's like 6 condom.
You don't know this right now, but I've been recording a voice memo the whole time on my phone just in case.
We've been going extra, extra, extra safe. I don't feel nothing, but I'm safe.
I'm having a good time.
That's how we're
but
doing
I don't
this
feel
one.
anything.
Real quick, last thing to promote. For those of you that are wondering, the Veterans Minimum YouTube channel is going to be segments. It's going to be all the shorts. It's going to be the vlogs. All that fun stuff is going to be on there. The full episodes are going to be on the Your Welcome Network and on Spotify. You can watch the video on there. The person uploading on Spotify fucked up and they only put the audio, and that person was me.
I was like, damn, this is news to me, dude. Who the fuck fucked up?
Yeah, I'm the asshole. I apologize. A lot of people like watching the show on Spotify, and I accidentally uploaded the audio instead of the video. So my bad to everyone. I appreciate the concern, and thanks for reaching out. All things Veterans Minimum are at Veterans Minimum. George, where can they find you?
At Mr. George Carmona is where you could find me. At Pin and Pool, if you like college football and you want to learn more about the Arkansas Razorbacks, who after this weekend might be ranked. You go down to Ole Miss and you upset Lane Kiffin and the Rebels. The Razorbacks are back. By the way, Taylor Green, I believe after 2 weeks, 10 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. Shit schools. But the stats.
We need the stats.
We're like on pace right now for like a 40-plus touchdown year with like 15 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
150-1 Heisman Trophy winner. I haven't checked the. It's almost like I don't want to check too early.
It's definitely not that now.
It's definitely not that now, but I don't want to check it and it be like plus 110.
You know, I bet Carson Beck to win the Heisman, and my sole handicap was because he went to Miami, broke up with the white girl because he saw the Spanish chicks. 18-1, baby. Carson Beck, I'm a believer. Bring it home, yo. Shout out to the U. Shout out to all of you. We'll see you guys next time.
This shit's tight when they do this in Miami. They do the U down. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
I'm a gold medalist, bronze like your medal is. So many deer in headlights, but it's bedtime. Hear that supper bell, main course, be the venison.
Dab. Most dangerous game. Either kill or be killed.